Nobody got no. All right. What's going on? All right. Give me a few minutes here. So we have a lot to talk about. First off, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Let's hold on. Let's get everything set. Let's get everything set of what's going on here. And I want to tell people something. Wait till the fathers come in. I know YouTube, there's a lot going on in that format. Wait till the fathers come in. Um, give it a little time right fast. What up, guys? This is for Dallas City Hall. A lady I met the doctor yesterday, and she asked me, "Do you believe?" And she said something smart, that you harming others. Let me tell you something. The same racist slur that's been given and antagonating and intimidating the mayor and city hall members tried to act like I was crazy. And what they did me, dishonesty. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. You might think it's funny, and the mayor racist ass might think it's funny, and the black people might think it's funny, but it's not funny to me and God. What you did in that mall, asking about your tax dollars, and the communities care about themselves. You know, he's getting a lot of feedback because he's the mayor and he got more connections. But God said, I got connections too. And God said, I want you to use them. So what we're about to do on the Dallas City Hall members, and we got to tell them, God said, I got connection too. And we have connection with our nations. When race is a lying mayor, and he know what Yellow Breeze and them did to me, antagonating, terrorizing. But y'all want him to look good. You want him. You care about him more. And I told her, Sarah, that's a racist move. That's a racist move when he said racist thing. I don't need him, and God don't need him. Let me tell you, Texas got churches. But God said, don't get it. You have my name and you use me, but you don't have my spirit when your lies, you stand up with liars and city hall members. You don't have that with this honesty. That Judge Kennedy, I asked her to talk about the mayor, and she didn't want to bring the mayor up. I got other FBI involved because I knew this was going to happen. And I gave the FBI my accounts. You talk about, I don't want nothing to do with you. And you failed to realize that. But you making yourself look good. And and I was in Addison, and people, and this lady, and I'm going to tell Miss Crystal, thank God if you act like that, all right, against a disability. Now, I don't want no Justice Department to award me 300, 2,000. No. I don't want them to award me 2,000 with Social Security. This is not how it's going to go. This is not how it's going to go when lying in the call center and Social Security is going to be. And this is not how this go with the mayor. He's making himself look good. When we go to court, and I told the civil rights, you want us to act calm when a government official say racist things don't win elections. This is not about and deal with the police. And they laughed and tunned it. You don't do those things. And you don't tell nobody you can't help them and laugh and tunned. And then you talk about you don't have the card. That is racism. Let me tell you something. We got another black card in there with a black man. Let me tell you, it's our own black people trying to stop us now with racism. Go ahead with that, man. Now things have changed. Things have changed. Little black and white have stand different. Things have changed. And I'm watching it. This is an old school video. You know, he talked about this. I don't think he should be talking about that. Kill them over some food. They need to find other ways to get it. The things I'm watching is not, they depend on one job. They depend on this thing, but they don't know how to put their mind to use. Steal some food. Take the life to steal some food. I don't think that's the guarantee to that or in that motion. But I'm not about to put up with this from you. And I'm not about to do this with Dallas. I'm not about to put up with this. That's something I'm not about to do. Where we living in past and we ain't living in presence. And when we live in present, we can make changes more. And that's the most important thing. Everybody want to put videos in the past. It's okay, but that don't mean we have to live in present more. We have to live in the present moment more. And that's more important than anything. Living in the present. The present can make us more bigger than anything, can change everything. And when we make the present and the change, that can make an impact on America and on Texas. You know, that can make an impact. Those things must be needed. But I'm not going to play this game with City Hall and the members. I'm not going to play this game with them. That's something I'm not going to play with the mayor playing innocent. While he say racist things to win an election. And the things he shouldn't have been saying because the way the politics in the school system is. In 2019 when it was going on, I'm sitting there as a customer. And before they lied on me at 2996 and said I stole something, me and this lady named Miss Linda, we talk about special ed education and how Governor Abbott in Texas don't invest in it. Don't invest in it. But they can spend their money everywhere else. But they the hypocrites of it. And they got the nerve to do that. That's a hypocrite. I'm talking to customers when I'm off the clock. We must not live in the past, but we must live in the future. We must live in the present, for we can make a better life. Yeah, we know racism going on with KKK, but it's also going on with blacks and certain racial profile, color, right? And that's why I went on the civil rights. That lady said something. I don't want to look at that doctor and that caseworker. You ain't good enough for me with your lies. And she know what she said at metrocare the last time I met. But when you're trying to play somebody, and I told Judge Kennedy, and I'm going to tell Miss Crystal, no, she didn't want, no, the mayor's going to be brought up in this. You're not going to lie your way out of this, Mayor. You and your city that voted for racism. And the people want somebody to stay there. You want to forgive. Balance must be given. And then God said, you don't have me. But they will use, the churches in Texas will use my name in vain. You don't have me. If he don't be taken down and city hall members. Balance need to be the mayor. And I told him, what you doing right now in the city, you care about him more. No, I'm asking for something to be done. And you don't want to do it because you got a racial opinion with your community. I'm asking him to be taken down. But you care about his life more, right? That's what the black and white does, right? Who got the higher education? Joe Biden, when that lady and I appear, or how you know that Joe Biden throws the punchline at me. And she still went against it. She still went against it. And she questioned me. And she tried to play innocent. All innocent. And act like she's scared. One time I told her, I don't need no baby following me in the courtroom. I don't need your lying ass to follow me. You go your way, we gonna end up at the same court. And she play innocent. Right? She play innocent, right? She play innocent, right? And she tried to make me look like the bad guy. You carried out that threat, right, Judge Kennedy? And I'm asking for Judge Kennedy arrest and the prosecutors. Now, you're not going to hand me my check. I want to see Judge Kennedy arrested. This is not how it's going to go. The prosecutors won't keep their job in this. I'm asking for the arrest of Judge. She ain't dumb. She found out something that I was Googling her, right? She know of her actions. Or her actions are going to get her in trouble. You see, you're not telling your community everything. And you want to get away with a slap on the wrist. It's not going to end up like that, Mayor. Governor Abbott is smiling because he letting that black racist man get away with things. Him and it, I own this city. Racism on this city. Senator Ted, you know about that. But you sit up there, you answer the man. I don't want your apology. Because you know what you stand for with the kid. But it's always a thirsty woman, a black woman that wants something when she's been listening to people. I don't want you in my pockets, black woman. A white woman that got their eyes on the streets and listening to lies and everything and people. No, people can tell us where to go. That don't mean that's the right decisions. Now you sit up with, I don't want to do no business. Nobody don't want to do business with somebody that don't listen. With somebody got the balls when we call the senator. I didn't call every senator in the office. You got the balls to listen to him? I don't want your beginning with you. Because it's been taken too far. And you still letting it be taken too far. But you want me to act calm. No, God said I will not act calm when a government official is abusing their power. I will not act calm when you're trying to make me look like the bad guy while this black racist man and you feel some type of way. And Governor Abbott that cares about himself and his community, but they don't like to listen to disability. No, and he's playing innocent. He's playing innocent. You have broke the trust of God. Your people mean nothing, but you have broke the trust of God's spirit. You have broke the trust of him with your lies and your deceit. And Judge Kennedy and the other judge still don't want to talk. I bet you if I go in that damn courtroom, they're still going to define it. We're going to tell Miss Crystal, right? We're going to tell Miss Crystal. And what that, and he's acting nice and calm. I'm going to show you what me and God going to do. I'm going to show that piece of crap what we going to do. I don't want nothing. Let me tell you, give me my justice and walk off from you. Walk off from your racism and your lies and what the black people doing to us. See, God said when we talk about slavery and we talk about us fighting each other, we could have came together all alone and put money with each other back in the day. But you know what ruined us the most? Our ego and our personality. Our too much of personality. We can't fit in the same room together. We can't live. We can't understand each other. There's always conflict when we interact with the other world. There's always conflict when we live the world. You know, I just told him the civil rights. When you asked me that question, I told him, no, you want me to fall. You want me to treat me like all the rest and they don't know how to balance. I'm not going to keep doing this with you, City Hall. And I'm not going to keep doing what an unworthy senator and black and white sit up there and lie like Yellow Breezy. I'm not going to keep doing this with you. I'm not going to keep doing this with you when he own this city. You don't own a damn thing. The last I heard when I worked in that Carrollton library, Capitol Hill and Washington own this city. You just a pawn. That's the last I heard, City Hall. Capitol Hill and Washington and the White House own this city. That's the last time I heard, right? Hey, I read it in the books to talk about Bill Gates networking, Walmart networking. It talks about everybody networking in this book and how Walmart and people make money and everything and how the White House and how businesses make money in there. But you have the dishonesty, right? You know what all I need is this? I'm going to tell you what I need. All I need is these and my mind and my sight. I don't need a gun. All I did, this is just me. I need this sight. The sight of God. That's what I need. I don't need a gun. I need this and the sight of God. Now, how much more lies It's going to continue to happen. Now, I'm going to tell Miss Crystal, how much more lies, and we ain't bringing the mayor up again? That's another thing when we go in Dallas County. We ain't going to bring the mayor up again. And Senator Ted, that's racist, Senator Ted. And I told Miss Crystal, how the racist man, I want him taken down. And the city racist ass don't agree with me. The black racism, let's talk about that call from the assistant. I found out more about the business. So it's so much to manipulate in Texas that I had to find out more, right? I had to put 3,400, but my enemy want to watch after they call me stupid and retarded, right? And Carrollton, Texas, right? But if I tell them about something, nobody cares, right? Nobody cares, right? What was said in Carrollton, Texas at night? You stupid and retarded. I put 3,500 for each of my songs that I promote, right? Right? But the enemy, they want to watch and observe and do all of that, right, Mayor? After y'all race his ass. I know who gave MO3 that contract. But y'all wanna do that, right? You think I didn't have you figured out? You really think I didn't have you figured out? I studied. I picked up books. The Carrollton person at the library dropped me off at the library. They came to that Carrollton library 3 times. You know what he told me? You're doing good at picking up a book, but you instead of trying to play me right, you play God, you racist. God don't care about if you have that flag. But I told church in the city, they better watch their mouth. I'm not going to fight for something that I've been talking to people all over the fucking globe already. I'm not going to talk to people like that. I'm not going to fight for something where Yellow Breeze and MO3 and the rest of them. Now you're tampering with stuff. And I don't care if I'm still going to fight. It would never be dropped, you racist crap. And I'm going to tell them, Miss Crystal, I got to see a picture again. I will never stop. I would not stop when your city members are being racist and the mayor put that stunt and that Judge Kennedy put, hey, that's every I told the Justice Department, who had their eye on the quarterback? Who tried to break the mindset of the quarterback in that courtroom? Tell them coward ass they don't deserve me. And then they try to act all normal. I told Joe Biden, they trying to act, and I told the civil rights and the justice, they're trying to act like they're in the fucking Matrix real. I can't believe these security guards and these state attorneys. I can't believe they coward ass. I can't believe they racist fucking ass. I'm like, I told Joe Biden that. I told Miss Crystal, they're trying to act like they, and I did it as soon as I got arrested. No, after I left the courtroom, I told them to look at that. So it won't be that hard to figure your ass out, right? It won't be that hard to figure you out, right? It won't be that hard. State attorneys, they know they ain't dumb, and now they trying to act like they in the fucking Matrix. Oh, you go to court, that play like he don't know what I did to him. You really think you that damn dumb? Oh, be reason about this. Well, I'm gonna be reason about this. When I sat out there at that Addison, at that park in Addison and Garland, being terrorized and sat out there, you show no sympathy for me. You show no compassion for me, community of Carrollton gang members and everybody in Garland. And I'm not going to show no compassion for you when I sue you for $80 million and get what's mine. I'm not going to be in competition for what was already mine. And as I already talked to people, oh, he's soulless. That's your coward ass out my bind with people from LA, Las Vegas, and all over the globe heard me. But the mayor racist itself, right? Right? I don't care if I gotta tell my mom, and look here, go in California, buy a big house in the gates in Beverly Hills there, right? Right? As long as he's staying right there, hey, I got a Brazilian, as long as he's staying right there, bam, a 20 damn bedroom. Move all my family in that 20 bedroom, right? The biggest ass house ever, right? I got an Auntie Priscilla out there moving in Beverly Hills, right? Buy a big ass mansion with 20 bedrooms and move all my family in there, right? And Beverly Hills in California, right? But that little lying little fucker, y'all some liars, man. And y'all still willing to lie. Look, hey, I just told him on September the 23rd that judge rolled his eyes and I told him to look at the camera. He said, I'm catching a spirit behavior. You don't have no reason to do that to somebody. No reason at all for the misconduct, for the lies and the racism. But the mayor, you believe that mayor, right? And he want to act on, I'm asking him to be removed. I'm asking the city hall members to be removed. But they care about themselves. And everybody don't know we live in different counties, right? Let's show those calls, you racist piece of crap. Let's show those calls when they turn it. But you trying to hide it, right? To make you look good. To make you look good. You deserve not to have your seat. And I'm asking to be removed. God said, I'm going to take my family and I'm going to go online and niggas want to stop you. Black racism, they got the different point of views with the white man teaming up. They want to stop us because they believe they mayor innocent. I don't have, I'm asking you to be removed. I'm asking for the removal of you and that black person that's racism on this city. And I'm asking for Judge Kennedy to be arrested and the prosecutors. No, you're not going to tell me you're sorry. I'm asking you to be arrested for racism. I'm asking you to be arrested for racism. I'm asking you to be arrested. And I'm not going to keep telling the civil rights. I'm not going to keep telling the civil rights and they're going to do a dumb move when I go to court. I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm not going to keep doing that, man. I'm not going to keep doing it. I'm asking for the removal of them. Hey, I have filed a double civil suit on the Justice Department for delaying it. For all of the things. And I'm not to file another civil suit, a $30 million suit for delaying it again. For delaying the progress of you being arrested and Judge Kennedy and the prosecutors. So what we're about to do before I go to court, type in the Justice Department address, and before I go to court and file another $30 million suit for not arresting the mayor, for not arresting Judge Kennedy and the I don't want to hear no sorry. You carry out that threat. You carry out that threat. And God said, I'm going to carry out that threat. They're willing to keep you. That's a $30 million suit. They're willing to keep your lies. Right? Who that is? They're willing to keep your lies, right? And this guy looking at me in my window. You willing to keep your lies, right? Right? Now, if I can talk about all my movies that I like in my Police Academy, that I like, and I love the Police Academy movies. You know, people get mad because they didn't want to connect. Nobody wanted to hear what I had to say. It was all about Yellow Breezy and MO3 and Trap Boy Freddy, and everybody tried to come up and they terrorized me. I don't got time for you. You don't want to be removed, right? They don't want to remove you in your lives. And I'm going to carry out my threat. I'm going to carry out my threat to sue the Justice Department. I'm going to carry out my threat to sue the Justice Department for not letting the mayor be removed and Judge Kennedy and the prosecutors thrown in jail for racism. This is not going to be a normal case. They know, and I want their job. So we're about to do. I want another 30 million for racism. I'm asking for the arrest of Judge Kennedy. I'm asking for the arrest of the prosecutor of Judge Kennedy. And I'm trying to be professional about this before we get the Supreme Court and Joe Biden more involved in this situation, Governor Abbott in the state of Texas. I'm asking for the arrest of the prosecutors. And I'm asking for Judge Kennedy to be arrested. Now I'm going to get what I want. And I'm asking for the state attorneys to get a fine. Now we're going to get what we want, and we're going to get what we want, right? And God said we ain't taking no for an answer. Now that coward Yellow Breezy is still up there participating. He's staying away from Texas. And you're causing me a headache. Now Trump know if I leave, people in Paris and in London want to be on my team. I have talked to a whole lot of people. If I leave here, you will be wiped out. But it's not fair. It's not fair that the Dallas mayor lied. Trump know more. You think Trump told Joe Biden Governor Abbott everything? You know, I've been watching and studying Mrs. Trump. And Mr. Trump on the calls, when Mr. Trump told Trump we started not to trust anybody, we started getting away from us, right? You think Trump told you everything? See, Governor Abbott don't know. You think Trump told you everything? You think Trump told you everything? I bet you when Trump watched, he saw the spirit of people when he walked down here, right? It don't care if government workers or not. He see the spirit of his government workers too. Hey man, Joe Biden, right? I bet you they see the spirit of their government workers. I bet you he noticed things. Joe Biden and all. I bet you Senator Harris noticed things. The eyes on the spirit, right? I'm asking for Judge Kennedy and the prosecutors to be arrested. And I'm going to get what I want. And I'm going to get it. I don't want to hear your apologies. I don't want to hear it. People wanted to be on my team and they still fighting over something. I don't have to deal with it. But let me tell you, God said, I'm with you wherever. And you never forget about me. Your home is everywhere when you believe in me. That don't mean even if you're in the UK, your eyes stay open and you watch out for the spirit. I don't know too about the Muslim God. I know about my God. And I know about Christian and Baptist. I can collide those things together. I can collide those things, Christian and Baptist. And I gotta do more resources on Muslim, my brother. I don't know too much about that, you know. Hey, but they wanna talk, right? Ooh, right, boy, look. When Joe Biden said he saw some verity, I bet you the society won't be talking then, right? Ooh, I bet you they won't be talking then. Oh, Houston, Dallas, 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 Dallas. Oh, I bet you they won't be talking. Houston won't be talking then. Oh, I bet you they won't be talking then, huh? Oh, they won't be talking. Now, now I'm gonna make an example out of the prosecutors. They are not getting away easy. You carried out that threat. You carry out that threat. And you know why I was incompetent? Because I want to say I was a, and that, I told that stupid judge. Now, right now, I'm not even too mad at Doug Miller right now. And I'm not Doug Miller in the world. But the biggest thing that the dumbness in the courtroom, the dumbness in the courtroom. I told her why I was incompetent. And he even told her it was a physical thing. If I tell you, and then I told you why I wouldn't say, because I didn't say I was this and that, and religion and talk. Nobody got time for those things. And he got a motor. I'm going to tell him Yellow Breezy motor. His ass going to be right in jail and be put to death. And him in Houston. And Dallas rapper. And you ain't getting no pass. Boosie think he getting a pass. He think he getting a pass. Oh, I told Joe Biden that was Trump. He said, oh, all right, you getting a pass. Oh. So if my phone is not going to be on in the courtroom, it's not going to be on at all. But, you know, I was being intimidated and I was peer pressure. And I told him to look at the camera, and the guy looking down at my shoes. That's a judging and intimidation. And the other lady want to argue with me when I was intimidated and he looked down on me. So those are the things that a factor that plays into the civil rights. And she gonna tell me that don't got nothing to do with it. He looked down on me with intimidation and racism and judging. He looked down at my shoes. And she talking about, no, you want to argue with me about who's right? And no, you forced me across the street and you looking down on me at the camera and you looking down at me. So when I'm sitting on that ground and I told you I have a right to be there, you still wanted to stand there. You wasn't budging. That's intimidation. And then you still didn't want to move. And you intimidated me. Even with that, you planned that. So you planned, like literally, and they need to identify it. The intimidation was going on. You intimidated. When I still, they know I didn't have the right ahead, but they still wanted to force me and intimidate me and show that they was right and in the power and the civil rights and in that wanted to say they was in the power. And then I was watching the Bloods and the Crips, right? The 1987 in Fort Worth. And they say the more they mess with us, the more we're gonna mess with them. And we're gonna do, but you don't need to do that. Metro got a pad, you go to civil rights. and you go to civil rights, it talks about stop recording, and I'm about to start taking my pad wherever where I go, where I can just go to civil rights and just on my pad instead of waiting until I get home and I can be on my pad because they forced me across the street. Let me tell you, one thing we have to learn, we have to balance ourselves, but also we have to understand life. Everybody say, get out your comfort zone, but if you don't have planning, what that is, you get disappointed. Success is about planning, planning your ground and planting your seed, and planning which way you want to go. So I don't know what's going to happen because that judge was rolling his eyes and mumbling his words. And Emo 3 said he was a liar and a criminal, and Drake talked about. He even said that, and Boosie sit up there. They say, I believe in my horoscope. Be careful who you show your relative to. I never show my relative to my enemy. You know, Lil Wayne say, I blow that money because I know that money. I hit the he dislike Jay-Z. Man, I fuck with Jay-Z, man. I blow that money because I know that money. And I hit the club and go show that dummy. The thing is, stop always buying material things. A car can always wait. But if you keep buying material things, how can you be the way where you want to be? How can you be where you need to be? The thing is the plan as you go to get where you're trying to go with your success. But the thing is, one guy in rap tell me, get people, you trying to feed me from my seed. But you just can't rush out there and get out your comfort zone and you get out there and you have that don't mean you're scared. And I done already stuck my neck out there and put myself out there for the world since I was 14. And all of those things. So those things, and it's the way that things is in the higher level of where we're trying to go. But the comfort zone is connecting with people and not being disappointed when you go out there in your comfort zone. When you get out of your comfort zone. And that's why I spend the time on my other account with y'all guys. And I spend the time with y'all because YouTube, I'm not getting views. I spend the time with y'all, and I want y'all. I got the Texas on there. I want y'all to go to Sellers Jr. at Sellers SellersJR7413 YouTube. God, please go there. And this is my other YouTube channel. Hold up. My other YouTube channel at HUBERTBIRDMQN. So that is my thing. So you do that. I should have put it didn't make no sense. So we should have put that in the way we do things. So, I tell my one thing I tell my little um I'm on different apps and I talk to these 14, 50-year-old girls and they want to know what gang means. And I tell them, you got to show them something. But I also tell them it's not always it's not always about those things. But I also tell them I wanted them to write a book, write a page about their future self, tear out the tablet and write about their future self and write what they want to and keep that in their pad every morning. But kids got to realize you got to separate yourself from others and what others don't want to do right. And that's the most important goal. You have to be able to separate yourself when others don't want to do right. So those things had to be the understanding of those situations. So you can if you can go to school now, I told my son he was here. I want to know what you're thinking because when I was his age, I wanted to I wanted to take over the world. Like I wanted to be more. My mindset. I was a Digimon fan, and the dinosaur traveling to the end of the earth to find the creator. He go destroy universes to find the creator. And Digimon, I used to have the Digimon thing. I love the Digimon. Amazon making me buy it with the red dinosaur. I gotta buy it off of Amazon. With the red dinosaur, and they find out that he have a Digimon. We all had the little Digimon gadget, and I love Digimon to death. But I wanted to know when I was his age, what I fell in love with. And what I was thinking, my mindset said so much thing. What's going on in your head? I don't know. You thinking about something. You thinking about something. I be want to know what he be thinking. Which way you see the world. I took him to the neighborhood and I told him, you can have anything that these people have in the houses. But I told him you don't have to steal. But don't depend on one job. And don't always spend money on candy and all the rest of those things. Invest in yourself. The worst thing I did when I was a kid, bought candy. I wanted to go to the store and buy a honey bun. And that's the worst mistake that you can make. When me and Kevion used to be in Farmer's Branch, we used to cut grass. And that's the worst mistake that we can make. And we would have known if I would have got with Kevion or Albert these days and be like, Kevion, all that money that we made, me, you, and my brother and everybody in Carrollton, Texas, and we pushing our lawnmower to go cut grass in Farmer's Branch, we could have invested in ourselves. We could have put money behind what we wanted to put, but nobody really know what they want to do as a kid because they just want to play basketball and football, but they're not really taking things as serious, and they need to. So it gets to a point where Like, hold up, I spent all of this time making this money. Like, me and Kivion used to go to the movie on Web Chapel and all the rest of that, and all us used to go. And I said, I spend all my time on that where we should. They want us to buy the TV. Hey, they talking about coming out with a PlayStation 6. But we spending our money on 1,000 so where we can take it and invest in ourselves. And I be in a situation where we need more of an understanding in life. Now I had some arguments with women about my relationships, and Sabina, so you get to a point where a woman's so dumb, you ain't you just saying nothing, but you don't understand that, and people want you to judge. One thing I don't judge in life, but I'm not gonna let you mess up when I'm working my legacy, and I'm sure not to let Texas and the mayor, my teachers, and them put too much of work into me. Miss Miss Chasson, Miss Lynn, and everybody else. And then other teachers that knew Miss Smith, Miss um everybody, Miss Go Gates. There's a lot of other people putting too much of work into me. And they took me at Newman Smith, the job corps, and they took me there and they denied me. They put too much of work in me to make Texas to make me look like a fool. I'm not gonna allow Texas to ruin me. Because they tried to ruin me for the mayor and the yellow bridge, because the way you feel as a politic, you tried to ruin God, right? That's why it's so much important why God was on the cross and he said, forgive them for their sin because they not know what they do, right? They not know what they do because he see your spiritual side. He see your mindset. But people want to judge me, but they don't understand what comes with it. They don't understand what comes with it at the end of the day. And they don't understand how things come with it and how things come with it. It comes with jealousy it doesn't matter, but I'm always in that situation where I have to be the target where a woman trying to get closer, a woman that got a pussy between the legs and all of that. You can I'm gonna tell you, a woman you can be a girl or whatever that is, but don't make it seem like after you did what you did and feel like I have to be accountable for where I'm trying to move in a different movement. So we have to understand those things and the concept of it. I got something where it would make the social security in the schools come together and kids can work while they at school. This is nothing to do. A teacher got to know how to cook, but this will help the kids, and it's nothing to do with the teachers. But they can do so much more. This right here, Social Security is going to come together with the school, and the government is going to get funded. This is going to help out so much with the regular kids. This is going to stop them from getting in trouble. This is going to be the biggest idea ever. But I'm not really talking about that idea. I talked about it some. The schools are going to give the student $100 million fund. Wherever you at, job fund. That's $100 million. Every other 2 years, you got to manage that budget. But there's going to be a job fund. In a classroom, they can, and this is where the Social Security is going to play in. As long as this is going to have this is where other billionaires are going to play a big part of, and banks and other billionaires are going to play a big thing to this. $100 million job fund. So students are going to be able to wipe off debts. That's a job. Helping out with paperwork. But that's going to tie into where kids. But the thing is, with those things, is they're going to tie into Social Security. Now, this is going to be more where regular kids and little kids can get a job, and that's going to be their job, and they get it at the end of the month. They can get a $300 or whatever, but you're working and you're doing stuff at school, but you're going to get a Social Security benefits. Is you willing to, but they don't know how to cross the line when it comes to that. But you have to wipe the debts off. You know, one of the things, I was in Newman Smith High School, we sold newspapers. Miss Chassie had us do newspaper, and we did Avon. And we went to elementary schools, we went to all that. Why not? And also give the high school kids to go to the middle schools and the elementary school and get them on the school bus. That's another thing for a little bit. That's going to tie into the Social Security. So next, every billionaire and everybody give $100 million job fund to every kid. But we need to stop. The one thing I love about my class, and every time Mr. Pounce at Newman Smith High School in Cal, he passed by the room and we closed the door and put it over the door because we do things different from him. We go into nursing homes, we go into gift stores. And Patrick, I spend my time with Patrick at the elementary school and at the elementary school and passing out nacho with Miss Dolores. And I did it with my class at Newman Smith. And we went to job fair. So, when I was in Addison and Dallas, and I was over there with Marshall, where I stayed, I used to shop there, and I had to sue them. And Mr. Lloyd was mad. I said, I've never seen Mr. Lloyd actually look at me mad at me like that. She must have heard a lie in the community. So I ain't never seen Mr. Lloyd like that. And that's something where you never seen her like that. Her kids got so big. Her grandma used to be a teacher, an assistant principal, helped the assistant, the teacher for the assistant principal, her mom's. And their daughter got so big. I was like, hold up. And she didn't say nothing. How y'all do? I was going to tell them, y'all got so big. Like, Miss Dolores and Miss Gogate was going to let me cut their grass and say, if you don't come to school, I'm going to cut your grass. If you don't behave, you have to cut this grass. I said, hold up for a second. And Miss Dolores got a big ass yard. And I said, Miss Gogate's yard is bigger. And I'm like, hold up. I see Miss Dolores' yard. I said, oh, hell no. And her grass can get a little high too. But I see her yard over there by where Mercer stayed, downtown Carrollton. And I said, oh, hell no. So you need to get these kids to start cutting down grass. Y'all paying professional. Shit, you better get them on that damn lawnmower. Shit. And get them on that riding lawnmower. You better get them. Oh, it reminded me of this girl that, I'm even talking about it, but that ended up one of the actors. or that ended up bad, like literally. He was a little bit older, but she loved him, and he fell in love with some, and his leg got caught under the tractor. Oh man, they got the guy that plays off in Law and Order. He plays it on that too. The father off in Law, the guy off in Law and Order. So those are the things that the thing is with those things is. I'll see y'all later. I gotta get ready.